Hello there, and welcome to Fixing the Sequel Trilogy, the Writers' Room podcast dedicated to fixing the Star Wars sequels. This week, we're fixing the Star Wars Holiday Special. I'm Bryce Quinn, and joining me this week is everyone. How you going, guys? All say
Everyone
hello.
talk at the same time.
There we go. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
No, Bryce, we're not going to let you go easy here. Say our name.
What's
All
our
right,
name?
I'm firstly
Our whole names.
joined by Cole Forfang Phan. Hey, Cole.
Hello, sweetie.
I'm joined by Emily Holden Hamley.
Emily Rose Holden Murphy.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Okay, Cole Tamtian, Forfang fan.
Whoa, that's
Whoa.
fucking radical.
You
That's such a
win.
cool name.
Did you say the first at the end of that? I'm joined by Sandro Giorgio Karayan.
Hi.
How you doing, Sandro?
Yeah, good.
I'm also joined by, here we go. Carmelo, George, something, Maria Keating.
Carmelo, George, Richard, Maria, Keating.
There we go.
Yes.
And I'm
Lovely.
Bryce Jaden Quinn. I hate my middle name.
Jaden.
It's so shit.
Jaden.
It's very strange.
And we are...
He's named after Jaden Smith. Jaden, yeah.
It's super unfortunate that you're correct. My mom, yeah. My mum heard of Jaden Smith and she's like, that's a really nice name. And because, he was born around the same time I was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She wanted to name you Slap, but she just wasn't sure how to spell it.
Ooh.
If Jaden
Topical.
Smith hadn't been born yet, you would have been Bryce Wild Wild West.
And we are pretty much the entire crew of the Fixing the Sequel trilogy, and we thought we'd all come together for a little bit of a Christmas party. Little did we know that my aircon would break in this week during the hottest part of summer in Australia, so we're fucking dying right now. But that's fine. We managed to get through the entire Star Wars Holiday Special, and we're going to sit and talk about that for a little bit. In 1978, someone had a really, really bad idea. Let's make a Star Wars Holiday Special. The film is currently at a 2.1 out of 10 on IMDb, at 25% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can't find it anywhere except for YouTube, which is where we watched it today. And yeah, Mello, do you have any more fun facts for us?
Whilst being just completely infamous, and obviously George Lucas tried to have the entire thing destroyed, like all the copies destroyed. People did record it onto their VHS.
They did.
Which is how we were able to watch it. This monstrosity famously introduced the world to the character of Boba Fett.
Ah.
So if it did one thing right,
You know what? It legit did, though.
yeah, it
That
did.
was the best part. but-
And if you want to see that introduction, that's actually in an animated portion of the film, which is on Disney+. So go check that out.
Fucking nuts. So yeah, we're going to spend a bunch of time just clowning the fuck out of this movie, and then we're going to jump over to what we would do if we were going to write a Star Wars Christmas special, and that'll be the plan for today.
Yeah.
So let's jump into talking shit about one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Well, that's the question. My first question, is this the worst thing that everyone's seen?
I'd like to say this is strange for me because my viewing experience was very weird. Now, I watched the Star Wars Christmas special back in high school,
Okay.
and during the time, are you guys familiar with Blart Side of the Moon?
I am not.
So, there's
Oh,
this-
wait, like Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Yeah. and-
Okay.
okay, so there's a famous YouTube video from a podcast where they watched Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 while listening to Dark Side of the Moon at the same time, and they mapped all the things that were weird coincidences. I did the same thing with the Star Wars Christmas special.
With the Dark Side of the Moon?
Yes. And the thing that struck me is during the softcore porn scene, Great Gig in the Sky, the screamy song where the lady's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. There you
That
go.
happened the whole time.
Whoa, that's
Then
awesome.
that stuck with
That's
me.
wild.
Stuck with me ever since. I don't know why I did it. I was not in a great space.
You know what? I can confidently say that is the most unique review
Yeah.
of this film that has ever been
yeah,
given.
there was a lot of.
No one else has ever said that.
I know. I'm the one person to have ever done that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everyone do it. It's worth it.
Emily, is this the worst thing you've ever seen?
Ooh. No, it wasn't that bad.
What's worse? I'm curious.
I'm
Rather
scared to say it here.
Oh, what?
What? Whoa.
Looks. Story and voice was a really long call. No, okay. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was just the most excruciating thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I can't remember who did it or which director did it, but it's just a video of a fence,
All right.
and it just slowly goes along the fence for like 10 minutes straight.
Wow.
And it's some famous director. And then at the end of class, everyone's like, it reminded me of my childhood. It reminded me. And I was like, this reminds me of my personal hell. And that was the worst thing I've ever seen, just because it felt like I was trapped in torture, which honestly wasn't that far off what this film felt like too.
That kind of sounds like something David Lynch would make.
Yeah,
It probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the movie had its moments, like the granddad as a whole. I think that was a character I wanted to see a backstory of. I just
Jefferson
think
Starship.
Honestly,
he just
I would love to see the backstory of the war crimes that is it Itchy? The granddad?
Itchy,
yeah.
Itchy, the granddad of Chewbacca.
Itchy a Star
I
Wars
love
story.
the names.
Yeah, yeah.
The names of the characters are heart.
Mm.
And whatever they did to Luke Skywalker. Oh,
They dolled him up.
Yeah.
He got
poor
dolled up
man.
for sure.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life.
Sandra, I'm curious. Have you seen anything worse than the Star Wars Christmas special?
Oh gosh, I feel like there's being bad
Mm.
and there's being boring.
Yeah,
And
because you can be bad, but like very entertaining.
this film definitely succeeds at both.
Yeah.
You're fucking crazy.
This
for
this
thinking
film
that.
is this film is boring at times. Is definitely boring at
Yeah.
times.
Every time they cut away to one of those celebrity
I-
bits, it's incredibly boring.
I have a wonderful time during Jefferson Starship.
Of course you do.
Just like cutting to the band and just getting a music video. I think it's very fun and I like the song. Um,
You were,
Let's
like,
talk about the
dancing
porn
to the
sequence.
song.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. The porn sequence is horrific, but it is funny.
Goes
When
on
they
for a
release,
while, right?
when they introduce all the characters and they introduce R2D2 as R2D2.
That was like
yeah, not as Kenny Baker. Yeah.
yeah, not Kenny Baker's R2D2, just R2D2 as R2D2. That's fucking wild, bro.
So wild. There's just so many moments I can point of where it was fun to watch as a group.
yeah,
It was kind of funny. And then like there were times where it's excruciating. The part I hate the most is when he's building the machine. I just hate it. I can't stand it.
yeah. I have to reject your answer, but that's okay. Mello, have you seen anything worse than this?
Yeah, Freddy Got Fingered is
That's
still a worse movie than this, and I will die
I
on
don't
that
know.
hill. I will die on that hill, Sandro, because that's so
It's
much
awful.
Because
It is
because it's
awful.
so like it might be funny because it's cringy and it's terrible and it's awful, but no, this is still not as bad as that.
That's
This
so
does have the
valid.
animated sequence, which is pretty fun.
Did we watch it for the first time together?
We did, yeah, with Mitchell. Yeah.
So I thought I was going insane by halfway through Freddy Got Fingered. I started cackling laughing, not because it was funny, because I realized that I was stuck in my own personal hell
Yeah.
watching that film.
Well, I think there's maybe two factors. It was exhaustingly hot today when we watched the movie.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then when we were watching Freddy Got Fingered, I was building Lego, so at least I had something
You were
else.
having some
Oh
fun.
Yeah,
man,
we
that
were
would have
having
been so
fun.
much nicer.
Yeah.
Built Lego.
We
Yeah,
should have
Con
bought
building
Star Wars
Lego.
Lego.
Yo,
Oh, we'll do that
Lego.
next year. We'll
Yeah.
do that next
I
year.
That's everyone's
have
Christmas gift
an-
next year.
I have an ATST that I haven't built.
You have a mate.
You
have
also have a Falcon you haven't
yeah,
built, dude.
Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon.
But but like
I want you to know when you're not around, we talk about that Falcon a lot. Hey.
We talk about breaking into your house,
Actually,
We
building
talk
it
about
whilst
how
while
like,
you're not
it's
home.
nuts. It's crazy to us that you still haven't finished your Millennium
Brings
Falcon.
me actual pain.
Yeah, it's a pretty commonly talked about subject.
it's wild. Like on the podcast or
No, in our friend group.
That's funny.
Yeah, streets, man.
Yeah, everyone's heard about it. Like everyone around town, around Brisbane,
Yeah.
they've heard
They're
about your
coming.
unfinished
They're
Millennium
coming,
Falcon.
Sandra.
Yeah,
Huh.
you're gonna come home one day. It's gonna be finished. Everyone's gonna do it.
Thank God.
So mildly
Well,
threatening.
it's hidden under a blanket, so he'll never notice if I put the blanket back over it.
Personally, I've probably seen worse than this movie, but I can't think of anything right now. So I'm gonna say, yeah, worst thing I've ever seen. And I've got some really bad takes on movies. Like I might, on a bad day, I might say that Midsommar was worse than this, but everyone would punch me for
I
that.
think there's definitely worse.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the worst.
But let's just have a quick recap. Let's just try and remember as a group every
Yeah.
twisted fucking thing that happens in this movie.
So the actual plot. Now I knew a few things because I've seen some clips. The infamous porn shit like that.
Yeah.
I knew that the plot was about just trying to get Chewie home to his Wookiee family for Christmas.
Yeah.
Life Day.
Yes, for Life Day.
For
So
Life
for
Day.
Wookiee Life Day. In no way, shape, or form does that plot ever take effect at all.
Yeah, it does. He gets there
Bullshit.
at the end.
He gets there at the end,
That's the climax of the film.
but we
He
don't
gets there.
see their struggle. Kind
Yeah,
of
we do.
ever. Kind of ever
they're
really
in the
at
shit.
all.
They're getting shot at.
They
For
shoot.
like 1
Cool.
minute.
They shoot.
For like 1 minute they're getting.
typhos.
That is the story. This I said early on in this when this film started, it would be like if Home Alone just followed the family, not the mum, just the family who don't give a shit about Kevin, instead of actually focusing
And every
on
45 minutes, we cut back to see what Kevin's up to.
Kevin. And he's just sitting
And
at
he's just
home.
watching TV,
No,
eating
yeah.
popcorn.
But surely there's no way they could afford
oh,
Harrison Ford for all that time, so they're like,
never in
"Oh,
a
it's
million
okay."
years.
No,
but,
but-
apparently they could afford B. Arthur.
Yes. Yeah. Now, the celebrity cameos, they were shocking. Every 5 minutes, they'd cut to some 1978 celebrity who was had to be old for some reason.
Yes.
They were all
yes.
The
fucking
longest
ancient.
time.
There's the
to do
guy
some
who
music.
plays like 3 different characters. The guy who plays the sales guy also plays someone else.
Does he?
Yeah, I think he's in the cantina scene,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he's talking to B. Arthur.
The Arthur, and I think he's the whipster, the cooking.
Oh, that's a-
No
right.
way.
That makes sense, actually.
That's
I
wild.
believe. I could be wrong.
This is like Mrs.
Um,
Doubtfire.
So we start with Han and Chewie. They're going on their space adventure, and they're trying to get Chewie home for Life Day. That's our cold open. Then we get Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away. We have those two like over the top of each other in
Iconic.
space.
Yep.
Very iconic.
They read the title like it's a trailer.
And then they read it. They read the title out, and then they introduce all the characters we're going to see throughout the whole film. in a really awful vignette sequence, which is just priceless to
Oh.
me. And they introduce R2D2 as R2D2, not Kenny Baker.
They introduced one of the two people who plays Vader,
Yeah.
James L. Jones as Vader, not David Prowse, who was in the suit.
Yeah.
I mean, they do that quite a bit.
They do. They hate David Prowse.
And then we go to the movie, and we spend so much time in Chewbacca's treehouse on Kashyyyk, which is not called Kashyyyk. It is called a different name.
Kazoo.
Kazoo?
I think it was Kazoo.
Something
or
like that.
Kazoo?
Kazee.
Like the
Kazoo.
instrument?
That's what
Yeah.
they called it, wasn't
It's
it?
something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's a treehouse that they live in, and it literally it looks like your classic sitcom family house
It really does.
with like a treehouse staircase in the middle.
Yep.
We spend so much time in this fucking house.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
So much. But
That's
it's so worth
tiny.
it.
And we follow the life of this young Wookiee family with the granddad, the wife of Chewbacca, and the son of Chewbacca.
Yep. We have
Yep.
what? Marla, Itchy, and Lumpy.
And Lumpy.
The kid has always scared the shit out of me. He just looks off.
The
That-
kid.
Did you
That's
see
why
the
he's on the
granddad?
board.
Oh,
what
sport.
the fuck? When
Yeah.
did he go up?
He's
always
He's been
there.
there since the beginning.
I've like
He's
blocked
been
him out.
watching you the whole time.
Repressed him.
I tried to get makeup Luke Skywalker on the mood board that's behind us as well, but
And
Bryce
it's
said no.
it's at this point that I begin to figure out the first of this many movies, like horrible things. They're going to spend a lot of time in this set. They're just talking to each other in Wookiee, no subtitles. You've got zero context for what the fuck is happening, which is truly like a choice that's so baffling. It like you wouldn't even see that in Doctor Who, in 70s Doctor Who.
Or you might.
Really? Is that a thing they would do
Yes.
in like old school Doctor Who?
They did a lot of weird shit, I'll say that.
Yeah. I know
Just
they did
watch
weird
the
shit,
movie.
but there's like a solid 10 minutes of just Wookiees talking to each other, and you've got no idea what they're fucking talking about.
You're just going off vibes.
Yeah.
And it's barely even like non-verbal storytelling where you can kind of get, but I did start to translate at one point where I'm like, go clean the dishes, says
Yeah.
the mum,
And
okay,
then he
no, I'm gonna
climbs.
go climb on the balcony.
No, wait, he's putting out the trash.
But yeah.
So, I have it up. Harvey Korman,
Okay.
the guy who plays
The salesman guy?
Kelman, the salesman guy, also plays Chef Gormanda, the chef with the four arms,
Lamanda.
and Morphian instructor, the instructor for the tech guide.
Interesting.
Wow. Okay.
3 different roles.
The tech guide video reminds me of the Plumbus from Rick and Morty.
It's so much more boring than the Plumbus. At least I enjoy
I think
Plumbus.
Plumbus might be like a weird rip on that, hey?
Yeah.
Wait. If I remember correctly, right? So the granddad has problems getting his porn working. Is that right? So he gets the tech guy
No,
to come and
No,
fix
it's a
it.
gift.
The salesman brings 3 gifts for Life Day to the Wookiee family, and
Yeah.
one of them is the
Is the
water,
porn.
the brain evaporator or some
the
shit.
brain evaporator,
And
which
he
is the porn thing.
Mine
and he's
That
like,
he
hey,
sets up in the lounge
is it
next
mind
to
evaporator?
his
Mind
daughter.
Yeah.
And grandson.
This
No, his
salesman.
grandson's upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, the salesman who walks in and insists that Marla give him a kiss. 'cause
Oh,
they're old
yeah.
friends.
That
Give
was
me a
weird
kiss.
too.
I'm a friend.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do? You see an old friend? What are you? He's like
Yeah.
expecting it, and she's
Yeah.
like almost like, oh, I don't really want to, but then she goes in for the kiss. That was weird. And I think
Aw.
I'm not sure if this is our first cutaway to something completely random, but this is when I'm starting to begin to see like, oh,
Yep.
this is what most of this movie's gonna be. It's just cutting away to random shit
Yes.
for
Yep.
an hour and a half.
We've already had a circus by this point.
Oh, it's the circus one that's first. There's like a
Oh, the
holographic circus.
game.
Yeah, that's at least still in the room.
It's still
like
in the
they
room.
interact with the main
It's almost like they're
characters.
building up to like how fucking wild this is gonna get. And then so he puts on the mind evaporator and he goes into porn space and he starts seeing stars and swirling patterns and kaleidoscopic visions of lights. And then
It cuts
a
back to him.
a beautiful lady, a singer from the 1970s, gets on in front of him and starts telling him how adorable he is, and he smashes the repeat button to see it over and over again. And then she launches into a whole like music number, which is just like a full on song that she's singing.
Yep.
And it goes on for a number of minutes. It's the whole song. And I'm like,
Excellent.
and I'm just sitting there watching, like, oh no, we've had a couple of these cutaways now, and they just keep coming. It's just Wookiees in their house doing Wookiee things, and then we do a cutaway.
And the cutaways aren't even that bad.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay.
I don't know about
Look,
that one.
Look. They add some spice to it. It's just how long they go for.
It's so long.
I remember.
Each one.
So the camera died halfway through the recording.
Yes.
So we had to
Oh, God.
pause. And we paused, and the shock on Bryce's face when it showed that we were only 40 minutes into this hour and a half film.
I was truly just like, it was one of the most demoralizing moments of my life.
It legitimately had felt like even I'd seen it and I was like, I've been here for 2 hours. I've been here for 2 hours right now.
Oh yeah, and I tried my absolute hardest. I was like, please guys, can we give up? Can we watch this another day when I've got the aircon fixed? This is too much. I can't do this. And they're like, nope, we're doing it. you suffer now. I'm like, okay.
How are we going to do this episode if you haven't watched the whole thing?
We could have done this
Exactly.
episode
Nah.
just fine. Just fine. We could have done
Do
this.
it in parts.
Alrighty. Let's just do all the cutaways because really soon after this we get one of the coolest things ever, which is the animated cutaway to an adventure that is completely unrelated to this story.
Yeah.
But it's an animated adventure from the perspective of like Luke, Han, Chewie, Leia, and all the gang.
Yeah.
And they meet Boba Fett, the bounty hunter, who has been sent by Darth Vader to capture them or some shit. And it's like a really fun time. And it's like a cool introduction to Boba Fett. It makes a lot more sense why people love Boba Fett. Because I'd never seen this. I didn't get the hype.
There was a lot of shit that didn't make sense. There was this whole
The
thing with like a
dinosaurs?
dinosaurs made sense to me. It was the talisman. There was like some talisman that was,
That was like literally in there for 1 second.
and then they're like, oh, it's
Stuns
the
humans.
talisman. It was making them crazy, and then they never fucking address it.
Yeah, no, it was the weirdest thing. It came out of nowhere. It's like, oh, the talisman. And then it vanishes and they're like, oh, it's gone. And that's it. That's the whole talisman bit.
And they keep going.
It's so fucking weird, dude. But apart from that, very fun time. I had a fun time watching that animated segment. I was like, this is great. Can we get more of this? And then it ends. And I'm like, well, back to fucking Lumpy and his house adventure.
Lumpy was watching that on his little device.
Yeah, so
and then the troopers go into his room and they tear all this shit apart.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Rip the
that'll
head
keep him busy for a bit. As Lumpy goes and cleans up his room.
No. He goes downstairs. He's sad. And then fucking one of the
We about to say
the
first
Empire,
order.
yeah.
Clean
One of the
your
Empire
room.
troopers is like, go clean your room. And then Lumpy sadly goes back upstairs to clean his room that they fucked up by like tearing through it. And then the trooper looks to his mom and he's like, got him to go clean his room.
That'll keep him busy.
That'll
yeah.
keep him busy.
Yeah.
And then we're all sitting there like, what the fuck is happening?
What are you guys gonna be
This
doing?
is like a
whilst-
flex to the mum. He's like, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
What
Sorted
if-
your kid out for you.
One of the stormtroopers grabs a bantha toy that's in the room, just
Yep.
snaps
And
its
fucking
neck
rips
right
his
off.
head off.
And then Lumpy goes up into the room and he like has a
it
little
to bed.
funeral for it.
Yeah,
where
he fucking
puts
lays
the
it to
body in
rest.
the bed, puts the head in the bed, and then he puts a sheet over. it.
And then after that, a stormtrooper comes in that room and it looks like he's going to kill Lumpy,
Oh, yeah.
which came out of fucking nowhere.
No, it's because that's after he's made the device, and it's the
Yeah, he's
stormtrooper
made the-
figuring out that he's made the device.
What does the device do?
The
It's the one
device
that
is
gets
what-
them sent off.
He
He's
gets
like,
them
"You
sent
need
off.
to go
Lumpy made the
back."
device.
Yeah.
The tech device. There's a segment where Lumpy has to build a tech device, and you get like what
So
feels like
boring.
an eternity of him getting a tutorial on how to build this tech
It's
device.
a really long, really boring tech tutorial you could find on YouTube, but it's about a completely fictional device that doesn't exist.
That we
It's
know
only
of.
in Star Wars.
And it basically says return to base. To all
But yeah, no, that sends out the signal that tells the Imperials
Oh.
to return to base.
Well, there you fucking go. And they leave one guy
They
behind.
leave one
And that
behind.
guy figures out, oh, it was Lumpy. I gotta kill him.
That's why
And
he
then
looks
they
like he's about to
throw
kill
him
Lumpy.
off
That
a
explains it. I
balcony.
missed that entirely, but that makes more sense.
They fake him off about him.
Yeah, no, so they couldn't kill him. So Han Solo is like,
Trips him up.
and they go for the gun at the same time, and then the stormtrooper goes for the gun so hard that he just fucking goes through the balcony railing and dies.
Falls to his death.
That's
off
clumsy.
screen. 'cause
Clumsy
it's, you know,
troopers.
on live TV. You can't kill anyone on live TV.
You
We-
can't?
No, MASH never once killed anyone on live TV.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that.
No, I'm kidding.
He's being
no,
sarcastic.
No, yeah, sorry, that was very
Fucking every time with me. Shit.
Fucking
That
you
always
got me.
happens.
It's
to me.
MASH. War show lasted 10
Okay,
years.
I was about to say like a war show.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm fucking dumb. Sorry.
Jefferson Starship.
Yeah, that's another cutaway we get.
Has a cutaway where they just perform. Poor guys. They were told they were going to be in Star Wars. How psyched would you be if you were like, your manager comes up to you, hey, I just got you a gig in Star
Fucking
Wars,
Star Wars, dude.
the holiday special. Fuck yes.
Well, I feel
And
like
also
the holiday
kind of-
special should have been like a tip off.
Yeah, but
That
like,
would have been awesome.
But if you're going in,
but
at that
this is
time
the
based on like
highest grossing film at the
the
time.
BBC stuff they used to do, for, like,
Crazy
Who.
film.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Mm.
wow, yeah, Star Wars. That's the first thing on their mind is Star Wars. And then the song's not half bad. They put some trippy effects over it. You can have a fun time in that segment. I think you can if you're a fan of like 70s, that like silly 70s rock. I'm have a groovy time.
70s like rock, like anthems, like rock, like power ballads kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that, so I hated that segment. We also had the cooking segment very early in the film, with Chewbacca's wife, who
I
just
enjoyed
watches a cooking channel to make a dish, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Mash.
we had a
Whip.
fun time going
Mash.
crazy on that one.
Yeah,
Whip,
it was- it
whip,
was a good-
whip,
Whip
mash.
stir.
It reminded
Whip
me
stir.
distinctly of Too Many Cooks. Cole, you've seen
Oh
Too Many
my
Cooks.
God,
Yeah.
Very, very similar vibes where it gets really unhinged,
weird,
and I'm like,
yeah.
she's gonna start like there's gonna be bodies getting put in this bowl or some shit to mash them up. Anyway, so those are all the cutaways that I can remember.
Oh no! There's it's not really a cutaway, but there's the bar scene.
Oh no,
With
they
the
do,
guy
yeah.
who pours
With
the drink into his head.
Yep.
B. Arthur.
B. Arthur from
Which
Golden
I
Girls.
didn't know that would
Awesome.
make me so
the
uncomfortable.
other from Golden Girls, so she's there, and
Really
they do a
hate
whole music number trying to talk about how we don't want to close the bar today, even though the Empire told us to.
Which
Yeah.
I
Solid.
think of all the musical cutaways is the best one.
Yeah,
That was my favorite one.
Well, it's
it's
more of a
snazzy,
musical.
jazzy. It's
Mm.
good.
It's pretty crazy to me that the most we've ever seen the Empire fuck over everyday people is the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's all about
giving everyone
oppression.
curfews and putting everyone on
Yeah,
lockdown.
They
Yeah.
started. I remember they stopped banging the tables all in unison, and we're like Endor.
One more
Oh, dude.
drink. One more.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like the scene where they torture a woman in Andor is a bit worse, but
Nah,
Nothing on
the
the porn.
drinks.
nothing on the porn. Yeah, Spaceborne is still like that's gonna stay with me for a while
That's wild.
because it's not just Spaceborne; it's Spaceborne being shown to an old Wookiee.
Yeah.
And it's the way he gave it to him, and it was like it's one of those wow.
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
It's so seedy and gross.
There's one more. To introduce that character, the salesman, the guy, and he's
Oh,
like
well,
an
yeah.
aquarium, fish.
They sort of cut to the salesman's
Yeah.
shop and show like
Yeah.
what he's up to and what he sells, and he does this. He thinks he's hilarious. He thinks he's the
I
next
think
like.
he's hilarious.
He thinks he's that era's Bill Murray or some shit.
God, maybe he was though. We wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know actually if that guy was some kind of comedic genius.
Yeah.
Let us know, old people. We get to the end of the film. Thank God. I'm really struggling at this point.
And Carrie Fisher sings.
Carrie Fisher is
Oh my
sings right at the end.
god.
All the
Oh.
Wookiees ascend to heaven or some shit.
The life.
cats.
It's in the life tree.
They go into the life tree.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is weirdly something that like is now because this planet isn't officially Kashyyyk.
No.
It is
in
not.
this, but the life tree is something sorta in Kashyyyk. If you remember Jedi.
In
Fallen
Jedi
Order.
Fallen Order, they go to Kashyyyk, and there's a big fucking
It's
tree.
that main tree. I
Yeah.
think they call it the life tree.
I think you're probably right. It
Yeah.
sounds right. It's been a while.
Yeah. It's weird that
No, that's cool. I think that's a fun.
Yeah.
that's
No,
a fun
no, I
one.
think that, yeah, the life tree's cool, but
the
is
life day.
is that where the tree from Avatar came from?
Maybe. Maybe.
I hope not.
The holiday
Oh,
special. James
gosh.
Cameron was inspired that
Yeah.
day.
He was like, "This is."
Look,
off.
James Cameron's very much inspired by Lucas, but like in a friendly like way. You know, they've had some. There's a good interview with those two.
Mm.
Yeah.
But they go into the life tree. They have these little orbs. They have like a big ceremony. And the Wookiees wear red robes, which is super weird to look at. And then
funny.
Carrie Fisher sings.
And we learn the meaning of life day. You know, it's about friendship. It's about family.
Han says a weird line to Chewie. He's like, "You're, I love you so much. You're my family," or something like that. It's
Yeah.
a weird line.
You're as close to family as I got,
Yeah,
or something like
which
that.
is like sweet, but it was really weird.
Can you imagine if he said that as like in the latest movie when Han dies? That's his last words to yell out to Chewie. He's like, "No, remember, you're my family."
remember life day.
remember.
And then I think that's it. I think that's the Star Wars
Yeah,
holiday
and we
special.
get credits.
And then we go to credits.
Wow.
Oh no!
No, what did I miss?
Chewbacca has war flashbacks.
Oh,
He
yeah.
does.
Yes.
That's the last thing. We go into Chewie's face, and then all of a sudden we get this weird vignette, and it flashes through all of his memories from A New Hope, and you really see just how little he's in that film.
Yep.
Because there's like one shot where it's the main characters, and then his hand comes into frame.
He's remembering his friend.
Yeah, I guess.
And his hand.
Also, they couldn't fit in the 16:9
Yeah,
or whatever the aspect ratio was into the
TV.
TV
Yeah.
aspect.
So they
It's like
like
3-4
cut out
back
him
then.
and just put his hand in
Yeah.
instead.
God, it's so funny.
And then the last shot is him not receiving a medal.
No,
And then you cut to his
Flash is back.
fucking angry looking face.
They're walking towards the medal ceremony, and then it freeze frames on it as we go, like we fade
it's a
back
happy
to
memory
Chewie.
until he gets to the panel and realizes
Exactly.
he
Yeah.
doesn't get a medal.
And then we get credits.
Yep.
yeah,
Brilliant.
Yep. And that's it's at that point that we realized, because I didn't know already, that George Lucas was not involved in any way.
He's not in the credits as far as we could see.
No, he was working on Raiders by this time.
Which, you know what? Fucking good for him, because I would rather not be in the credits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What a fucking experience, man.
it was an experience though.
Wasn't one by choice though, you know.
You came
Not
here
for me.
willingly.
No.
Not if I'd known.
In retrospect, I think we all regret it, but too late now. We're on the other side, and now we can talk shit about it. Any standout moments that we would like to point out before we jump into pitching our own versions?
I think Life Day is cool.
I also think Life Day is cool. It's what I think is so disappointing is that they did actually start with a very Christmassy movie sort of plot where it's like, got to get home for Christmas. You see that in fucking everything.
Hallmark movies.
Yeah, literally Hallmark movies.
Hallmark movie.
They had that, but if they'd actually been able to get their main cast, they probably could have actually done something with it. But
I loved how like you couldn't understand what the Wookiees were saying ever.
yes.
And you just had to interpret off like emotion and like character and their acting.
Yep.
To understand the conversations that they were having. Very interpretive, very artistic choice by the director.
I wanted a fucking sincere answer out of you, bitch. Motherfucker. I know it's just Jefferson Starship. That's it.
there was a bit because they cut to all of the original cast members, Leia, Luke, they're off doing separate things. When this is Marla, like Chewie's wife, trying to find them. So Luke can talk to the Wookiees, no problems, and they decide that for Leia's bit, Leia can't speak Wookiee. C-3PO has to translate, and
Leia's
Leia
like,
asks,
Is there anyone there that knows English?
Yeah, Leia asks for a human to come to the phone, so she doesn't have to talk to those Wookiee scum.
That's not the best look, but
No.
hey.
Oh,
It's because they needed something for C-3PO to do, because he ain't got fucking anything to do other than translate. That's his whole shtick.
I just like every close-up they do in this movie. So violently uncomfortable seeing their eyes.
Especially the close-ups on the
Never
Wookiees.
blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one blinks.
They never blink in this movie. It's terrifying.
And the cut back to the granddad at any point, but especially during the.
Don't you love how the granddad's mouth wasn't like a
It
proper
goes-
mouth? It has like a weird like.
He has that like old
God.
person thing where his like front of his mouth sticks up into the rest of his mouth.
Yeah.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah, that's the other thing though as well is this was like one of the last things Mark Hamill did before his car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's before he got any of the chin surgery and changed his appearance.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to me that like everyone knows this, but all the cast members just refuse to talk about the holiday special.
Yeah.
What the hell happened on that set?
Well, have you seen them interview
They were
Harrison
all high.
Ford? Because it's a really easy way to provoke him. Fucking hates
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's not hard to provoke that, man.
No.
But
Yeah, I've seen the Harrison Ford one.
Sandra, you bring up a great point. They were all
were.
very high.
I feel like it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is
You
valid.
can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Probably.
After A New Hope, when they all had way more money than they knew what to do with, and they're all very young, right in like the prime of being actors and stars in Hollywood, just fucking so much drugs.
Yeah.
You have to imagine. You have to.
There is-
Especially in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah. There is actually a noted day on set of Empire Strikes Back where Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher were drunk. And I think it's like when they're on Bespin and they're like, they've just got to Bespin, everything's all right. And,
They're like
Han
arguing
comes
back and
in.
forth with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, they're drunk as shit.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense, actually, yeah.
Worked so well. Goddamn.
Did.
Those are
Anyway,
method.
don't do
That's
drugs,
method.
kids.
Yeah. The true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, true meaning of Life Day. Don't abuse substances.
Yeah. Okay, shall we?
I've got my standout.
Your stand? Oh, yeah, sorry, what was your
It's
stand?
the animated section. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the only
right. Yeah.
enjoyable or redeemable part
That's
of that
fair.
movie.
That's so fair.
Emily and Cole?
The porn.
Porn? Always. Yep.
You're the porn as well.
Yeah. That and the fact that the planet was liquid and looked like it was made
Dude,
of
the
Yeah.
pizza sauce
Yeah.
fucking planet is so gross. It's awful. Alrighty, let's get into pitches.
Yeah.
Who wants to start? Cole, you seem really excited. Sandra, you seem really excited. You just threw your hand up. You want to jump in?
I have one, and then I can work off other people's later.
Alrighty.
Because I feel like we should talk about the very real history that would exist if this didn't exist.
Okay, hit us.
Ooh.
So this doesn't exist. I still feel like Boba Fett still makes it into Empire.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like no matter what, I think he still exists. I still think he has like that crazy impact that he had. Either way, it's just he doesn't exist in this.
Yep.
So he doesn't have that like sort of running head start that he had with the fandom. And then everything else we just benefit without. So like a simple pitch to fix this is for it to not exist.
Right. Yeah,
In
yeah.
the first
Yes.
You have the correct opinion.
Yeah.
That is the correct take.
It's the only answer. I mean, look, that being said, though, there was an animated portion, which was by far the most popular part of this. Would the Ewoks animated show have existed if not for this?
Mm.
Does it need to?
I think
Bruh,
it might-
Ewoks the animated show?
I think it would have.
Is it good?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
But it exists.
I
It's total crash
Once
grab.
again, Bryce's question: does it need to exist? But yeah, no. With that being said, I'm happy to jump into Cole's pitch now.
You piece of shit. You just brought it. It's like, it shouldn't exist. That's my answer.
That's my
It's a good-
answer.
it is a
Over to
good
Cole.
Au revoir,
All right,
guys.
Well, this is kind of. I think they should do this still.
All right.
Star Wars: A Christmas Carol, and I mentioned this to you guys off the podcast once.
Oh, no.
Okay.
And so you guys haven't heard it, but This takes place right between 5 and 6, and it
Okay.
is canon compliant. So
Fuck yeah.
the galaxy is on the
Fuck.
cusp of Life Day, and Emperor Palpatine, his heart is as cold and dark as the void of space.
So it's
Oh
a
my
life day,
God.
Carol.
Yeah, and he hates Life Day. It's a festival of weakness, and he demands unwavering dedication to the Empire from the galaxy.
Holy shit.
So, Admiral Piet, the admiral from Episode 6, he feels the weight of his command heavy upon him. Despite his loyalty, he yearns for the warmth of family and the
Did
joy
you
of
make
Life Day.
Admiral Piet the fucking?
He is yeah.
He's Scrooge?
No.
Oh, wait,
the
Emperor's
worker.
Scrooge.
Palpatine.
Oh, right, yeah,
Palpatine
yeah,
is
of course,
Scrooge,
of course,
right?
of course.
So Piet, he's the opposite, He just wants a day off. He's a hard worker, much like he is in Episode 6 in all the cutscenes and stuff. The one who's sticking up to the Empire a little bit.
You said all the cutscenes.
The scenes that were cut, the deleted scenes.
Okay.
In all the cutscenes. Yeah. Anyway, on Life Day Eve, Piet is confronted by the ghostly visage of Grand Moff Tarkin because in A Christmas Carol, there is a separate ghost that comes
Yeah, there's the
to-
first ghost.
Yeah, to warn
Yeah.
about the other ghosts coming to Scrooge.
Mm.
So Tarkin, who is just a ghost, by the way, not a Force ghost, he warns that 3 spirits will visit Palpatine to offer him a chance at redemption, a fate Tarkin himself never took. So Darth Vader is our story's Tiny Tim, and he endures his own tribulations. He recently got damaged in a battle, and we see him on board the Executor, I believe, with his crutch. He's got like bandages on his Sith armor. He's on crutches, and his breathing is kind of like Grievous. It's so heavy, so heavy.
What the fuck?
Everything was already heavy.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's struggling. He's struggling a lot, and there's a part of him where he's starting to think about Luke, his son, and he wishes that Luke could be here for Life Day.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Qui-Gon Jinn appears as the ghost of Life Day past
Oh,
to
fuck yeah.
Palpatine. And we get this whole sequence where, they're talking about Palpatine's younger years, and we see him on Naboo, where he, seeks power for the first time. We see Plagueis, and eventually this all leads up to Anakin's childhood, where Palpatine, slowly, manipulated
Grooms?
the Force and made him. Yeah, and we watch, the, you know what he means. Yeah, we watch, the Life of Anakin and the prequels. Anyway, the next ghost is Obi-Wan, who emerges as the ghost of Life Day Present.
I love
And
that.
he reveals
Wait, does he? Hold on. Does he emerge as a ghost?
No,
This is between
these
5
ones are
and
Force
6.
ghosts.
It was a Force ghost if he is present as himself.
What do you mean?
So presently he's a Force ghost.
Yeah.
So he's a Force ghost.
Yes.
Yeah,
let's go
right.
with
Yeah,
that.
cool, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So all the Jedi are Force ghosts, as they are.
Oh, right.
But Tarkin is just a fucking ghost.
He's not blue.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a Force.
Tarkin's just a straight up ghost.
Yeah, well, he's not like the others. He's
Yeah.
he's a separate
Different.
thing.
He wants
Yeah.
he wants the
he
ship.
just wants the ship. And he was a co-worker with Piet, so he's like the one who comes. Anyway, Obi-Wan, he's the ghost of Life Day Present. So he's like, "Hey Palpatine, man, your whole shtick, it's like causing so much suffering. Look at all the shit happening in the original trilogy, all the problems that are going on."
the
does
thing
he
that's
call it
happening
that?
now.
Yeah,
The thing you orchestrated.
yeah. And he shows all the scenes aboard the Executor where Vader, Vader's currently doing little acts of kindness just because he feels so lonely.
Aw.
He's really mean, but he does something nice.
Yeah. He doesn't choke that one guy.
Yeah. And he's nice to droids and shit. Yeah. Anyway, Palpatine also observes Piet granting small little Christmas things to his crew, allowing them celebrations in hidden alcoves. Though these displays do not move Palpatine to compassion. In fact, Palpatine he's just even more disgusted.
He's like, I'm gonna kill Piet.
Yeah, he's like, these people, they're not serving me.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. Anyway, here comes the ghost of Life Day yet to come, Master Yoda.
Damn it!
Ah.
I was really hoping it'd be Ray because that'd be really funny.
my God.
Well, not yet.
I was hoping
Oh,
it'd be.
shit.
Not yet.
I was hoping it'd be Plagueis.
Yeah,
What?
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these can
Broom
be the
boy.
theories.
It's broom boy.
Oh no, sorry. I was hoping Plagueis would be the ghost of death.
Mm.
What the fuck is the ghost of death?
No,
Anyway,
that's the last one. It shows him his own grave if he doesn't
Yeah.
change his ways.
Yeah,
Ah.
And no one's gonna
But,
remember him when he dies.
I thought there's
Yeah,
only 3
but
ghosts.
I thought, yeah.
Forgot.
Well, that is the last ghost, I think. But Yoda canonically right now, he's still alive, isn't he?
He is.
It's the future ghost of Yoda coming back.
Cool. Okay, that's
we
fine.
fixed that.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
put
makes sense,
put that
makes
in.
sense.
Yeah,
we'll put
maybe
that-
it's Grogu. I don't.
Yeah, we'll put that in the tie-in novel.
Oh my god.
So,
Tiny
Yeah.
novel.
okay, we can fix that in the second draft. So the ghost of
Next year.
future Yoda comes
Could
back.
be the ghost of Mace Windu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The ghost of Mace Windu.
Yo,
comes back.
Windu beat him.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, Palpatine, your future, the Empire's going to crumble after Endor, and Vader's going to get redeemed, and all the shit that's going to happen in Episode 6, and the galaxy's going to be free, and you're fucked, mate." So he fades away, Master Windu, not Yoda. And Palpatine, he has to now really grasp with, oh shit, my legacy, it's all going to go. I'm going to lose. Fuck, Vader's going to leave me, and everything's going to go wrong. So Palpatine realizes he needs a plan. Operation Cinder. And he's like, "No, my legacy will not be taken." And he puts into motion Operation Cinder. He finds Exegol and starts to prep his cloning. And this is what sets off his arc
Oh my god.
before Episode 6.
Oh, you're a mad genius.
So the rest of the film, it's like the end of Christmas Carol. Piet, he's still doing his little Christmas acts. This is where Vader realizes he wants to kind of change and turn against the Emperor. And it sets into motion all the events for Episode 6. And that is A Life Day Carol.
That's brilliant.
That's something.
See, like
That's beautiful.
Disney doesn't need a whole Mandoverse, multiple series of shows to explain why Palpatine,
Can come back.
why
Just one
Palpatine can
holiday
come
special.
back. Just
Just
one
one
holiday,
holiday
special,
special.
would have been enough.
Would have been more than enough.
Is it
Disney, eat your
animated?
heart out.
It can be animated. We can have an animated segment.
should
Can
be
we have
animated.
Emily, it can be
animated?
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Animated.
I'm on board with that. We'll introduce like a new bounty hunter.
No, everything's
No.
live action except the ghosts.
When it's in your
They're
imagination,
animated.
I'm
everything
on
is
board with
real.
that. Yeah, so that's my pitch.
So just
I
to
love that.
quickly
Where
go
was
back,
Bobby Frick?
He'll be in there.
I'm sure Cole can make it work.
I can make it work.
So let's just go back to the Yoda thing real quick. So Yoda, like you said, still alive at this point.
Yes, as I
It's-
realize now.
So maybe the ghost of Christmas future can be Rey
Maybe.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
Like I'm your daughter from the future,
Mm.
but also I'm dead. My Force ghost has come back to haunt you.
Yep.
Mm.
I feel like that would be a good writing
You
decision.
don't change your ways.
There's a
Die.
cute little comic of a ghost Obi-Wan nagging Yoda before he trains Luke on Dagobah,
Mm.
and nagging
What-
him to like convince him to train Luke.
What
Nice.
happens in that one?
Oh, it's kind of cute. It kind of like they use it as like a bit of an origin for like like Yoda accepting failure post Order 66.
Yeah.
It's a cute little comic, and it reminded me like you're pretty much Obi-Wan in that entire comic is just like a ghost of Christmas past.
Nice.
That's his arc,
Yeah.
That's what they needed to set up in Kenobi.
I was gonna say you
Yes.
could
Cut to a bit at the end where it's just like, what's been going on this whole time is it's Yoda alive and well, fireside with a bunch of little puppets through the Force, manipulating. All these ghosts aren't real, and he's just trying to get inside the mind of Palpatine.
Yes.
That's really
Just
funny.
fuck with him.
Really
That's
fucks with
really,
that.
really
Yeah.
funny.
Perfect.
That's fucking spot on.
And then at the end, he sings the seagull song just to round it out.
Rockin'.
Yeah, rocking and rolling.
I'm gonna quickly do mine.
Go for it.
Because then I'm gonna have a little nap. No, I'm joking. Alrighty. So, after the Battle of Endor, the Empire is defeated and the New Republic begins to take shape. Skirmishes with the remaining Imperial forces flare up all over, but for the first time in decades, there is freedom in the galaxy. As such, the Life Day celebrations have become more and more extravagant, with the oppressive force of the Empire no longer around to squash such archaic traditions. Because I'm just assuming that they would have.
Yeah.
However, the Imperial remnants have taken to attacking these celebrations, symbolic attacks meant to cause fear and division, like terrorists.
Ooh.
The latest of these attacks is feared to happen on Kashyyyk, and Chewie asks his friends Luke, Leia, Han, and Lando if they would go to his home planet and save Life Day there. Bear in mind, I had not seen the holiday special before writing this.
Yeah, but you knew Life Day was like a Kashyyyk thing.
No,
No,
I did not. I thought it was a galaxy-wide thing.
That's
Oh my
wild.
god! So you've made the liberation of Kashyyyk canonically the tie-in that is the Christmas special.
I have.
Nice.
Without knowing.
Without
Okay.
knowing that Life Day was a Wookiee-only thing. You know what? I only just now found that out. I still thought Life Day
Okay.
was galaxy-wide.
Before Bryce gets into this, we all need to take tally of how many things in his write-up ended up in the Christmas special.
This is wild. Is Jefferson Starship still in there?
No. During the adventure, we get to meet Chewie's family and delve.
What the fuck?
No.
Are you on?
and
Yes.
delve,
This is bullshit.
delve into their long and complex history with the Empire, the Jedi, and the War. The Empire, of course, attacks on Life Day, and our heroes must battle them off. But the fight isn't yet over, and our heroes discover there are 5 more coordinated attacks planned. They must race between star systems in order to save Life Day across the galaxy and defeat evil Moff Krampus. Sorry.
Fuck you.
Who is hell-bent on destroying Life Day celebrations throughout the galaxy. That's fucking killed
Moth Krampus. Sounds like a Sith name. Krampus is actually a
Yeah,
kick-ass Sith
What was the
name.
name you had before? You had
Mine?
a Star Wars name before.
Oh, yeah.
We should, I don't know if we...
Gorn Silligan.
Go on, Silligan.
Gorn
We
Silligan.
won't explain
Holy
the
shit.
context
Yeah.
right now.
But is this when I was
you
away
understand
for
that it's
lunch?
a name jumble of a person we all know.
Yeah.
Gorn Silligan.
I don't got it.
We'll explain later.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, so that's my pitch for the Star Wars Holiday Special. Yeah.
Did you come up with names for the family? Are
Funnily
they
enough,
lumpy?
yeah, they're lumpy, itchy, and what the fuck was the
Mala.
mom's name?
Mala.
Mala?
Mala.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm curious. I feel like this is a great time to bring this up within our canon with the whole fixing the sequel trilogy family around the table.
Yep.
Do we think Mala, Itchy, and Lumpy should be canonized
Yes.
within our
Yes.
sequel trilogy?
No.
Yes.
I'm with Emily, no.
No.
No, I'm on team yes.
I think Chewie has a family. It's not them.
I think different names.
And I think that actually they at some point tried to they were jealous of Chewie's family and they tried to kidnap and become imposters and impersonate them. And then
You're
we
saying
get
they're
to kill
committing
them
identity
all
theft?
because they're
Well,
villains and they're imposters.
You know, I think maybe Chewie has a second family on the side, and
Oh my
he's
God.
like having an affair.
I
That
do
actually follows.
believe-
That follows what the movie looks like, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Chewie's like that, you know.
Or even better, those three, they're actually just Black Chrysanthemum's family.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They can be his family.
interesting.
Yeah.
So wait, you
Maybe
guys
it can
don't-
be like Daddy's
Yeah.
home. And
listen. They don't have to look like it, but do you think the just the canon, not that they have to be in there,
Mm-hmm.
but like just like the background knowledge that Mala, Itchy, and Lumpy exist on Kashyyyk.
That's
No.
not their names.
I don't
He
want
has
you-
a family,
I
but it's not
imagine they
them.
would exist.
What
What do you
my
got
thing,
against
Say
Lumpy?
no altogether.
my
The
thing,
fucking
so
name Lumpy.
Mello, to answer, so to go on your thing with Chewie's family, I don't think it would be direct family. I think it would be like cousins, aunties, and
Yeah.
uncles and stuff like that, like distant family, because all of his immediate close family are probably dead
Yeah, that's what I
reckon?
was
from the
thinking.
war. Yeah, I feel like whatever
Mm.
Wookiees are left kind of become like chosen family in a sense, if they have some kind of
Yeah.
familial tie, because there's probably not a whole lot of them
Oh,
left.
Yeah,
I'll hit
I
you
think
with
more of like a
this.
community
Yeah,
family where everyone's just in a family, like their whole community.
yeah.
Do we
Or
not
y-
see his family in Solo?
I don't
No.
know, and I don't think so.
No.
I don't think we
No.
do.
When's this?
we
he's in
find him in prison, and we never go to
He's a
Kashyyyk.
slave.
When he frees the other Wookiee slaves,
They're just randoms, mate.
he knows them.
No.
Yeah,
He's
'cause
bonding
they're
because they're
Wookiees.
Wookiees. They're
We
bonding
do
because they're
see his
they're
family
I'm pretty sure.
We do?
in Clone Wars.
in Clone Wars. You
Don't
see.
look at me like that.
I'm pretty
Are they his
sure.
it's
family or some
canon.
people?
No. He goes
Well,
up
they're-
to one of them and he gives them that awkward, like weird furry kiss
Oh.
where they
Mm.
put their
Oh.
No,
They
no,
could
they do.
just
They
be-
do. They do a headbutt thing like they're cats.
yeah.
like
Is that a
cats,
cat thing?
Cat's headbutt. Yeah.
Cats
see
do sometimes.
that.
Yeah.
Cats.
I didn't know that.
See, I'm still thinking about Daddy's home because what if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, no,
Why?
no, you brought
Why?
the greatest Christmas movie ever, and you brought up Black Chrysanthemum. So here's my pitch.
Oh,
right?
no.
What if it's Daddy's home,
Oh,
but
no.
you know,
With Chewbacca, and
Chewbacca is the stepdad.
Yeah.
is
who-
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the old, like the real dad is
Not
Black
calling him
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark
Wahlberg,
playing
yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Chrysanthemum. All right. Well,
My-
anyways.
My turn.
Yeah, you go. I'm
Let's do it.
gonna sit back.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Okay. Here we go.
Melo's got 4 lightning round pitches
I've got
for
4
us.
pitches. Let's do it.
Are
Okay.
these like bits? Or are these like separate individual plots?
Mostly individual ones. Do you want?
Okay.
Let me start serious.
Okay.
And get, gradually devolve into madness.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Just like the
Um,
Christmas special, the holiday
exactly.
special.
Okay, so I kind of like the idea that we follow a plot that the first one is between episodes 4 and 5, like it was. It's something that tests the strength of their friendship. So we get that whole friendship trimming in Christmas, that corny shit. I want to see the entire original trilogy gang go on a more fun-filled adventure before the events of Empire Strikes Back, before things get super serious. So before Luke's hell-bent on being a Jedi, he wants to train, before Han has all these pressing shit to go to and has to, go into carbonite and all that. So I do actually kind of like that initial plot of, yeah, let's get Chewie home for Christmas. That's very cliche Christmassy, as I said. So I said, yeah, all of our original heroes are on the run from the Empire, trying to get home for Christmas, for Life
Was
Day.
it a cliche back then?
I reckon it. Well,
I think it was already a cliche.
Probably,
Right, it's
maybe.
time.
I don't know because like 80s and 90s really
They
really
had,
made
like,
that
a lot
thing
of-
Yeah.
a thing,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know if it was back
the
in the
holiday
late 70s.
special
What
invented.
is
Maybe
that?
it was ahead of
Gotta
its time.
Get home
Yo,
for Christmas.
That's wild.
Oh no! Like the whole idea of not getting home for Christmas, but going back with your family. You have like It's a Wonderful Life. It's
Hey.
Oh, okay.
basically a Christmas special.
Good
That
point,
follows
good
the
point.
same of getting back.
I don't
home
watch
to
old
your
movies
family.
and I'm dumb, so I don't know things. But thank you, Emily.
So this really does follow a similar structure to the actual thing itself, but just taken seriously and with all of our actual heroes. So yeah, they're trying to get back to Chewie's. The Empire catches on to where they're going. They have certain run-ins with the Empire throughout. They get there first. They have to free his family. They get away, and then they get back to the rebellion. And as one whole big family, the whole rebellion celebrates Christmas.
Does Carrie Fisher still sing the song?
No.
What?
Yes.
No.
Well, she
Why?
will now.
Why? No, Snice Noodles does. They hire Snice Noodles on the Max Rebo
so
band.
much
Oh,
worse.
wow.
Yes.
God.
They do like a jizz cover.
They do a jizz cover
Yeah.
of I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one. That's my serious one. So like Tim Allen's The Santa Claus.
yes.
That's the only good way to start a pitch, baby.
Just go around, think of a Christmas movie,
Yeah.
and just turn it into a
That's
Life Day
exactly what
movie.
I've done. So like Tim Allen's The Santa Claus, the heroes have to deliver all of the Life Day presents to the children of the galaxy in one night. This starts when the ghost of Ben Kenobi comes to Luke. He tells him that the Jedi of old would bring gifts to the people of the galaxy, and he must follow in their footsteps.
Making the Kessel Run look like nothing.
Exactly. No, yeah, just hopping around light speed, got to get to all the planets, and the Empire's trying to thwart them.
That's
this
how he
whole
gets
time.
Han on it. He's like, Han doesn't want to do it. He's like, I don't got time for Life Day, kid. And he doesn't believe in Life Day at first.
Oh, he's going to teach him the meaning
my
of Christmas.
God. Yeah, Han Solo learns the meaning of
He's
Life
Tim
Day.
Allen. Yeah.
He's Tim-
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yep. So there's that one. Okay. Actually, I'll just do this boring one before I do this other one. Just like a regular Star Wars Christmas family drama with all of the heroes. After
Oh.
Episode 6, they're back on Bespin, so we can have Lando in the mix, and it's the whole like, you didn't bring the stuffing. Why didn't you bring the fucking stuffing, man? Oh no, someone
Like
missed
the
out on
bear?
a
Like
present.
the Bear season
Like the
2.
Bear
Bear?
season 2,
Yeah.
but the Star Wars cast.
So
Yeah.
chaotic.
So there's that one. And then there's like, okay, so the Empire has blockaded a planet who celebrate Life Day because, actually this one's kind of serious now that I think about it. They blockaded a planet because they celebrate Life Day. People from all across the galaxy are trying to get back to their home planet, that planet, for Life Day. And so our heroes have to try and liberate the planet, get rid of this blockade, and reunite all the families. So basically, I was just going to tell some Berlin Wall Christmas stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, that is serious.
It is serious. I
Jesus.
forgot. Yeah, I was going to get. Yeah,
That is a
less
fun
serious.
one.
Yeah.
This is the real Schindler's List of Hallmark films.
Yeah.
Thanks for leaving the goofy one till the end.
Yeah.
What's that?
So
Now someone's got to pitch like Die Hard as Christmas.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Sounds-
thinking.
you could do Space Die Hard.
I was-
Imagine like in Bespin in the city.
I have like one that's
Mm.
like semi-dark.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not that bad.
What do you got?
Well, it's like Chewie comes back home after like
And then?
I'm on board.
And then
his family's like been.
Okay, yep. So his family's dead.
In the true fashion of Emily being on the podcast.
Will it be lumpy? Will
So
Lumpy
who
be
killed
He's-
Chewie's family?
he's
and
not
killed
so
Lumpy?
lumpy anymore.
Holy shit.
Or he's even
I
more
don't know. I was
lumpy.
thinking
He's
about this
lumpier.
then. All I know is someone kills him. Again, I'm trying to think of who would be the worst person. To
Well,
kill him.
in Star Wars Force Unleashed, you start out as Darth Vader and you go through and you kill a fuckload of Wookiees. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Okay, so Darth Vader kills his family.
Oh, you do kill Wookiees.
Yeah, you start out
Yeah.
killing Wookiees. So maybe that's that scene. And you
Yeah,
go through
and it like turns into like
because they can't find the rebels. They can't find Chewie, but Vader knows he can find the Wookiee family.
Wait, what's it called?
and they go
Oh,
for the family.
Yeah.
Don't
about
hate
that.
me. I've forgotten the name. Keanu Reeves.
John Wick.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it turns into a John Wick movie of him going down through the Empire
oh
and just
my
killing
God.
them all on Christmas.
You know who's killed the family? It's Boba Fett. Trying to hunt down
Nice.
the original
Nice.
gang.
Oh
Isn't
my
that that
God.
David Harbour Santa film that came
Violent
out?
Night.
Violent Night.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Violent Night
Nice.
with Chewie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Am I learning just now that both your guest hosts are kind of the ones that bring up dark, fucked up shit on the
Yes.
podcast?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
It's
Wow.
wild because you come on and I leave and I'm the one who's like super happy.
He's like, Star Wars is a family product. We make family films here.
Whenever I'm at the show, it's like,
Who can we
kill.
And Emily's like, how about we
that-
murder a family of Wookiees?
I'm on board.
Let's make
Either
Lumpy.
that or like The Hangover.
Okay.
but with the Star Wars characters.
Oh my
on
God.
Life Day.
Fuck yeah.
Because can you
That
imagine
sounds
the
so
hangover?
fun.
But
Buy
you're
some
like,
Jet sticks.
you wake up in some random bar and they're like, what has happened?
Oh, my
Luke's like
croissant.
missing. This is like before he misses his hand. Luke's hand is gone. Now they're just trying to like reach.
You know who is Zach Galifianakis' character?
Oh yeah, Zach Galifianakis.
No, it's
Oh.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
god. Jar Jar, how'd you get here?
Misa! Misa might have put
Who,
something in the drinks.
Who would be who's the
It is
Chang from Community?
Oh.
No, that
Oh,
is
yeah,
Jar
yeah.
Jar Binks'
That's
character.
Jar
And
Jar.
Han's calling Leia like, we fucked up.
We fucked up. They're all coming out of like the elevator, just slowly going.
Who's the plot character that's gone missing? Is it Luke? Like
That feels right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that
Luke's
feels-
the missing because it's up to the non-Jedi people to solve.
And
shit.
when they
Yeah.
find him, he's with like the love of his life. He's found Mara Jade.
Mara Jade.
And that's why he hasn't come back to the story.
No, because Han's got to be you know, straight shooter. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
What's his
the,
face?
the straight man. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Who is the equivalent to Santa in the Star Wars universe?
Darth Plagueis.
Jedi. Yeah, that's why I pitched my one of it.
That's
Yeah.
really
Well,
funny
yeah.
that Jedi used to
Yeah.
be
You know
gift
what?
givers. That's so funny.
Someone I see like doing acts of charity is Bail Organa.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I agree with that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're-
Who do you
okay,
think would be the worst?
the worst gift giver,
Yeah.
Palpatine. I gift you no planet.
I gift you
Merry
oppression,
Christmas. You know. Um,
military law.
yeah. Okay. So there's your movie. It's actually all about after episode 4, the gang trying to comfort Leia because she never got a mourning period. The gang trying to comfort Leia this life day because her entire planet's been destroyed,
Yeah.
and they've got to try and find another way to cheer her up, which they can't because her whole planet's been
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah, it's hard to bounce back from that one.
How would you do?
So that leads them to the hangover night. They just take her like
Yes.
out drinking.
Yeah, blitzed on
Obviously not
spice.
and then they
Yeah.
wake up.
So
How would you do Polar Express and stuff?
okay.
It's
So
the
Tom
train
Hanks
from
still
Solo.
plays 7 characters.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You take the train from Solo.
Ah.
You just put it in space.
Ah.
Space
What
Train's interesting.
Mm.
Okay, what
Space
about
Train is
Home
interesting.
Alone?
Okay.
It's R2. R2 is Kevin
Oh,
because he's a
that's
fucking
right.
psychopath.
Yes.
That's actually kind of.
Yeah.
They all go on an adventure and they leave behind R2.
It's art. No, that's dark.
It's R2 fighting off like Vader.
Actually, wait. Why am I
It's
saying
Vader and Palpatine?
Why am I
is
saying
the
no?
duo.
That's dark. I'm sitting next to these two. It's R2 after he's been left alone on Mustafar by Anakin.
Yep.
And R2's like, Anakin's gone and he's killing everyone.
And
I
then-
feel
You
like
just see
I feel like you've set up the sitting arrangement as
And he
light
goes, he
side,
does
dark
like
side.
circles on the ship, on the deck and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, so I've got the Die Hard plot, right? So it's just after the Empire have taken over Bespin, all the heroes left. We're following a completely new cast of characters. Just that the Empire have now taken over Bespin, but there is like one, like Lobot sort of character, one city cop in Bespin who takes them down from the inside. Everyone else is hostage, and then the heroes do come back at the end, and we get someone falling off Bespin the same way that Alan Rickman falls off the skyscraper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can it be the pirates and
Hondo and
Hondo Anaka.
yeah.
Hondo Anaka is like Bruce Willis. Fuck yeah, absolutely.
Yes. The same way that, there's the Grinch movie and he takes all the presents.
Mm.
I'm thinking of Grievous, but he's taking all the lives.
I thought you were about to say Hondo and he's the Grinch.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
that
can
too.
believe that.
I
too.
actually like the idea of Grievous as the Grinch though,
Yeah.
because we need a prequel equivalent. These
We
have all
do.
been like original trilogy and all.
Yo, it's Maul learning to forgive Obi-Wan, and then Obi-Wan does the whole welcomes him into his home for Christmas dinner,
Oh my gosh.
and then he kills him.
Can you imagine? Or it's just like a spin-off and it's like awkward family dinners and it's just like Vader, Luke, Leia, and it's just all of their extended family all in
What
one roof.
Well, what if it's like A Nightmare Before Christmas, but Maul is discovering Christmas?
Life
like-
Day.
Yeah, Life Day. Yeah, so it's like a Sith's take on Christmas.
Nice.
Okay.
You could
Another
do.
Christmas.
Because we've
Love
canonized
Actually.
because we've canonized space porn thanks to the
The
Star Wars.
Mind Liquidator or some
Mind
shit. Mind
Evaporator.
Evaporator. Yeah.
So someone who works in space porn has has hidden a message in the
Continue.
space porn about Big Spice. But it's hidden within the space porn in the middle of it. It's like it's a political messaging.
Like Big Spice is corrupt. and
Big
trying to
Spice
take-
is
Big
corrupt,
Spice,
taking
Big
away
Spice,
money.
and
yeah.
it's trying to take over the city.
Yeah.
Are you pitching the nice guys?
I am. Pitching nice guys. And Luke and
Nice.
Han have to find
Yes, it is Luke. And Han.
have to find who's killed the space porn actor. Han plays is the Ryan Gosling.
Fucking-
the Ryan Gosling.
That is so funny.
Because he's drunk the whole time.
Oh my god.
Jesus, that's funny.
Who plays the daughter? Who's got a daughter in this?
It's
one?
just-
It's Han's estranged daughter.
Han's straight. We just put
Could
Carrie
just be,
Fisher.
you know, young Leia.
Because it's just
from-
the voice of reason, so it's
Yeah.
just
Young
Leia.
It's just Leia.
young Leia from
Kenobi.
No! No, because that's like
awful.
with his.
Yeah, so strange. Quick, what are some other ones? Okay, so Gremlins.
And at the end of the film, it just happens to be
Gremlin,
Life Day.
But
Yeah.
it's just.
No, I was gonna say Gremlins, but it's
Oh,
Palpatine
who's
clones.
No,
Oh.
Gremlins, but it's literally just Gremlins. They're aliens from outer space.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
cool.
okay,
yeah,
that makes
and
sense.
it's in
And
the.
the bus
Gremlins
droid.
like
It's on.
Kennedy.
It's on Mos Eisley in Toshi Station. It's like
Right.
Luke's hometown,
Okay.
and it's just Gremlins in on Tatooine.
That sounds fun.
Sorry, Emily. What you go?
What about Love Actually?
Mm.
I don't know the plot.
There's so many
Haven't seen the
people are
movie.
in love and
Haven't seen it.
interconnected.
It's
Space porn in that
beautiful.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
there is.
I think Mello's pitch is the best one. To Bryce.
Which
You're welcome.
one?
The one where Han has to learn the meaning of Christmas, and they have to rescue all the
I
Life Day
ripped that.
presents,
I do like that one.
That wasn't in there.
and
That was in my pitch.
and bring them all to the starving children of the galaxy who
This,
don't have
yeah.
their Life Day presents.
You don't
and-
like Tiny Tim Darth Vader?
No, and
I love Tiny Tim.
I
Darth
like
Vader.
I thought it was great.
well,
Carl.
we can expand on that, and we'll have the Empire has stolen all of the Life Day presents, and they
Yes,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
heist their way onto whatever Star Destroyer,
heist.
get past Darth
Heist.
Vader,
Mm.
get the
Yes.
presents out, and then distribute them all the while trying to evade the Empire.
Oh,
And we do the
That's a
bit-
great Christmas
the heist
movie.
is on a train.
It's on a train.
Hey!
on a
Space
Star
train.
Destroyer, yeah. And we do the bit from Narnia,
Yeah.
where Santa Claus, who is
Technically
just
Christmas.
Obi-Wan's ghost, technically Christmas, shows up and gives them all weapons.
Oh,
What weapons?
Children,
gun.
gives the children weapons like lightsabers, and
lightsaber-
guns, and Death Star tech.
It's like
you know what? I think Narnia's bad.
Wrong.
You haven't seen Prince Caspian.
I have
what's
not.
that
Wrong.
what's that Christmas movie where the kid gets a BB gun and shoots his eye out?
What?
Yo,
No,
what?
it's like I think it's
The
like a
Shining.
Christmas Story or something.
Oh,
Here's my thing. I think we've been focusing too much on the age of the Empire. I think, what about the age of the Republic or the High Republic?
yeah,
even?
right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What would
okay.
Life Day look before the Empire?
The original
It's
Jedi
Yoda.
Santa Claus.
Bringing
Jedi-
Life Day
Jedi Santa
into
Claus.
the temple.
Yeah,
They
See-
cancelled Life Day out for so long because they're so anti-emotion.
yeah.
Well, it's-
Yoda thinks there should be like at least a tiny bit of room
Yeah.
for Life Day after he sees like a Tiny Tim equivalent of little Padawan.
Oh no, we
Yoda
do.
is Scrooge.
We do
Yoda
Yoda
is
as Scrooge. No, that actually works.
That's kind of cool.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, you know, what's the Star Wars equivalent of the nativity scene?
It's the birth of Anakin
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Fucking-
They're,
yeah, you're
they're
right.
in the desert, and everyone comes wandering.
So
It's pretty
in
self-explanatory.
a way, it's not all of Star Wars a Christmas story.
We're nearly at the end. Any final Christmas notes before we leave?
Happy Life Day.
Happy
I
Life
hope
Day.
you guys
Life Day.
have a wonderful Life Day.
Yeah.
Happy New Galactic Year.
Happy Life Day to everyone.
And watch the Doctor Who Christmas special coming out.
Yeah,
on
bit of a
Christmas.
plug for Doctor Who.
for Doctor Who.
If you have been enjoying the show this year, if you've enjoyed it since we started releasing in July,
Been a while.
then yeah, thanks for sticking around. We've got a lot more we want to show off next year, a lot more things we want to do, a lot more ambitious projects, a lot more writing, of course. This has been Fixing the Sequel Trilogy, and we're here every week talking about Star Wars and writing. If you want to see more, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. And while you're there, make sure to give us 5 stars, a follow, a like, a subscribe, etc. We'll be back next week with another episode, but until then, may the Force be with you.